and this is the Perfect Wedding Guys internet TV show called The Wedding Zone. The purpose of this show is to help you, the bride, see more of what all of our advertisers do by bringing in the cameras, and I interview the owner or the manager. So also, brides, be sure to check out our website at perfectweddingguide.com, and you can also use our planning tools to get your own free wedding website. That is all the rage right now too. And while you're online, go to pwgshows.com, register for our upcoming bridal shows. You can save a few dollars that way. And also be sure to listen to our internet radio show every Monday morning from 11:03 to 11:35. You can listen online also by going to news1radio.net. And you can also call in and join the fun. So right now I'm here with Angela Tully at her, well, she's going to have a new location, but this is Pink Flamingo at Petals. Welcome to the show, Angela.
Hi, Lisa. How are you doing?
So tell us a little bit about what you do, and I want to know how you got your clever name.
Okay, well, first our name comes from, we were originally Pink Flamingo at Petals. Pink Flamingo Florist at, and we bought out Petals, so we became Pink Flamingo at Petals. And we're going to be moving to 201 Canal Street in New Smyrna Beach, 32168. And our phone number will stay the same.
Which is?
386-423-5927. And our website is still Pink Flamingo, www.pinkflamingoatpetals.com.
Great.
And
okay.
What else can I tell you?
So now I know that you got this wonderful award here. So let's let the brides know how you got that.
To get AIFD accreditation, you have to go and test. And I went to Chicago 2 years ago, and I tested, and I passed the accreditation and got inducted into American Institute of Floral Designers in Kansas City last July. And I'm heading to Boston to the next symposium to watch some other friends get inducted.
Well, that's fabulous. But like, what do you have to do? Do like a test?
Yeah, it's a test. Everybody is given buckets of flowers and instructions, and you have 4 hours to create 5 designs, and then it's judged by people who are judges of AIFD, and the standards are really, really high. Like, you can usually get less than 50% of the people pass.
This sounds like a reality TV show, like Project Runway, but it can be Project Forest, right?
It is. It's very difficult, and it's high standards. You know, they grade you on 10 different. I don't know what you call
levels.
Yeah, 10 different 10 different things, like your color harmony and mechanics of your work and how well you design and your design techniques and all that. And it's very in depth. And
well, that's great. You know,
there's about 1,300 of us in the world.
And you represented all of Florida. That's great. And she's here in New Smyrna Beach. Okay, so how does the bride know that she has a good florist versus getting a bad one and you don't know till it's too late?
Yeah, because you're only going to get married once.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
But we do like
and there's no do-overs. Yeah, we love the do-overs, but you know, it's not really usually what we want to do. But we have a great portfolio, and we suggest that brides check out other florist portfolios. If the florist isn't excited about doing weddings, then it's going to show in their work. You want to have a florist that is truly excited about doing weddings, and it will show in what they design. And we always treat our brides like it's our own wedding or our own daughter's wedding or whatever. We really get into it. We even call them our wedding, and you know, every wedding is special to us.
So you get married probably about 200 days a year.
I know. I get to do it over and over and over again. If I didn't get it right,
so now,
want to change my colors or whatever, I can do it over.
Now, is it okay? Do you encourage brides to bring a picture for you to copy?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Well, I encourage brides to bring photographs of their ideas, just because from there it'll catapult us into showing them things that they like. You know, there's so many choices. It's such a wide variety, and we really want to personalize it for each bride. So.
And I do know that brides shop the internet a lot. You're in one of the top 3 search categories.
I am.
Because they want to get ideas of flowers, and then they print them out and come to you and say, can you do this? And probably 9 times out of 10, you can do it, right?
Usually it's 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10?
Really,
oh, that's good.
There's not really anything that they can bring me that I can't do. Usually budget kind of plays a role in it, but, you know, for the
Right.
right budget, I can do anything they can find. There's not really been anything I haven't been able to get for a bride.
Now, speaking of budgets, are you able to work with pretty much any bride's budget?
Yeah, I have packages starting at very reasonable prices. I have wedding packages called one-of-a-kind flowers for one-of-a-kind brides, where they can pick one flower and we do it throughout the whole wedding, and I can buy the flowers in a box that way and save them a lot of money. Or then if they want it more personalized, we can do to any budget that they have of any interest.
Okay. Now, I know since you're in New Smyrna Beach, obviously beach weddings are probably very popular.
Yes.
So, and you do a lot of those here?
We do. We
Okay.
specialize in beach weddings. We have a wonderful arch that we can set up on the beach made out of bamboo.
And do you rent that?
Yeah, we rent
Or is
it.
it complimentary with a $1,000 order purchase?
No, I wish we could do that. You know, it takes four large flower arrangements to decorate the ends of it, and it's a pretty elaborate thing. And it takes babysitting of it on the beach because it's been stolen once. But
Well, yeah, I know that brides go crazy for those. When I worked at a hotel, they always, and it was so neat because every wedding they could change it up, you know,
Yeah.
to match their color scheme and
definitely,
everything.
definitely. It has 4 fresh flower arrangements on the corners that we usually do to match their wedding. And it's a wonderful setting on the beach. It's like an 8x8 square, and it's pretty
Right.
impressive. And then I have smaller ones if it's on a patio that we can rent them.
And what are the latest color trends? I always like to know what the colors are.
Right
Every
now-
year it changes.
I know, it seems very strong, green and brown, and that earth-friendly kind of look. A lot of texture and things like that in the designs. And we've also been doing a lot of darker colors. A lot of purple and black is kind of coming in, and the brides are really into those dark-colored calla lilies and different flowers like that. And the other trend is I see a lot of Tiffany blue coming out.
Oh,
And-
that's
and
a pretty color.
With a lot of turquoise and different shades like that. They're really, really fun.
Great. I'm glad that they're getting away from for so long it was this color, the lavender. And of course I'm wearing it today.
No, but this is a good lavender. This is the smokier color, and it's more trendy.
Oh,
It's way more
okay.
trendy
That's
than
good
that
to know.
other lavender toned pale shades are just not as.
I kind of wasn't too keen on the coffee colors either. They were kind of a little trend about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of bridal gowns were in that color too, or accented in. I just don't like the that's just my own personal thing though. But what themes are real popular now?
Basically,
Disney?
No, we don't do much Disney over here. I guess because we're by the beach and people don't think too much about Disney. But we do a lot of, this sea life stuff is always very popular. Lots of shells and things like that. And we also do very modern look things that are high style. They're very simplistic. And again, like that texture that I was talking about is very popular. And lately, I've been seeing lace come back. They have a lot of brides coming in with that romantic look with pearls and lace and things like that are starting to make its way back in, which kind of left us for a while. And they're looking for like, details in their bouquets, like lace on their handle with, different. Change it up a little bit.
That'll
make
be
it a little
good for
more modern.
the horse and carriage business because that'll go with a theme.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we're even doing like mason jars a lot now. A lot of
I
brides
saw
are getting
that
mason jars.
recently. Yeah.
So we're just, some of that
Wow.
older, more rustic kind of stuff is coming back in.
So can a bride preserve her wedding bouquet with you
She
too?
can, not with me, but there are companies that will preserve their wedding bouquets. Some flowers will preserve better than others. Keepsake Floral in Orlando is probably the #1 place to send your bouquets to get them preserved.
Well, and it lasts forever, huh?
And they put them in domes or into.
What a great idea. See, when I got married years ago, they didn't have that. And I still have it. But it's like, I don't want to touch it too much because things
It'll
fall off
apart.
of it.
Yeah.
So that's neat to know. And then you can have it forever, as a
And
centerpiece.
they do make some really pretty shadow boxes too, with like your invitation and some of the flowers in there, and it looks
I've
really,
seen
really
that.
pretty.
Everyone's getting into the wedding industry. It's a great industry to be in, and it is recession proof too.
Yeah.
So, and should a bride use silk flowers, or do you think fresh or better?
We prefer to use fresh flowers, and we ask what the reasoning for using silk flowers. Like I've done a silk wedding that they were going on a cruise ship, and they needed to have the flowers in silk so they could have things. And certain flowers aren't in season all year round, and sometimes we blend in some silk flowers into real. And the only one that knows is us and the bride.
Right.
Nobody else even knows. We even fool the photographers sometimes.
Oh, those photographers.
But we do what the bride wishes, so you know.
That's good. And so do you offer free consultations too with the bride so that you
Yes.
can sit down and maybe let them listen to what their ideas are and then give them a price point?
It usually takes about an hour or two. And we sit down with brides, they get their color swatches together and their pictures from the internet and whatever their dreams are, we ask them to bring them and we give them a consultation, you know, and it's no charge.
Great.
We love to sit down with them and give them ideas.
All right. Well, this is Angela Tully, and be sure to check her out at her new location that's going to be at 201 Canal Street in beautiful New Smyrna Beach. 32168 in case you want to use your GPS. You can also reach her at 386-423-5927 and check out more of her work by going to pinkflamingoatpetals.com. So thank you, brides, for watching our wonderful internet TV show called The Wedding Zone, and be sure to let the Perfect Wedding Guide help you make your wildest wedding dreams come true. Bye-bye.
Bye.